going on, everybody? Welcome back to podcast 129, episode number 14. I am Hunter Waldrop. This is Jake Stinchcomb live from the classic city in Athens, Georgia. Jake, how we doing today, buddy?
Good, man. Ready for a big weekend. Juices are flowing. Got some Friday night football in the background. Kennesaw State action. Hooty hoo. Ready to roll.
Ain't nothing better. Couldn't beat it with a stick. But, Jake, how about you tell everybody about our social media?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, as always, our two viewers, go follow us on our socials. We're on X. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're working to get some more content out there on TikTok. It's a work in progress. TikTok is very hard to navigate, but we're working on it. And go subscribe. But if you're watching on YouTube right now, subscribe and text like 5. Oh, there's 3 viewers. We're at 3. Subscribe, comment, like. We appreciate it. Now I think it's time for First and 10.
Yeah, First and 10, brought to you by one of Jake's roommates.
Yeah, so this week's First and 10, or today's First and 10, is brought to you by one of my roommates, Braden Binky. This is his first time on the show. He's going to be giving it to me and Hunter, and whatever it is, me and Hunter are going to try to tackle it here. So, Brighton, what you got?
We've got the NFL single season rushing yards.
NFL
Like
single,
all time?
Like all time?
All time.
Like top 5 or who?
Top 5.
Oh, top 5 all-time
season.
single season rushing yards.
All right.
I'll go first. I'll go Adrian Peterson.
That's 2.
Walter Payton.
Yep.
Oh, for 1.
I'll go Jim Brown.
Yep.
Barry Sanders.
4.
We got 2 and 4.
Oh, okay, 2 and 4. Okay, so missing 1.
1, 3, and 5.
You're up.
Marshall Faulk.
It could be tough. Derrick Henry.
5.
Wow.
Ooh, I did not. Emmitt Smith.
Oh, that's a good one. So we got 2, 4, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Missing
Next,
1.
1 and 3.
1.
Who has the most rushing yards in NFL history in a single season?
Did we already say Walter Payton?
Yes.
You go. I'm thinking.
Dude, no, I'm stumped. I'm stumped here.
All right. Has he played in the past 10 years? Either of them?
No.
Oh,
At least
boy.
It wasn't in the past 10 years that season was.
Oh, it's single season. That's right. Okay. Frank Gore.
Frank Gore, that's a good guess. Okay, so you said we have what, 1 and 3 left? Like, how recent are we talking here?
Got
Like, tell me the 2 years.
84 and 03.
Wait, say that again.
84 and 03.
84 and 03.
Birth year. You born in 2000?
I was.
I'm blanking.
Dude, I'm struggling here. I don't know NFL ball like that. 03.
Would either of the? No, there's no way. I was going to say, would either of them be a quarterback, but there's no way.
No.
It's
84, 03. We already said Jim Brown, Walter Payton. That's
You
not.
did say Jim Brown?
Yeah.
Blanking. Help us out in the comments.
Oh, well, we got 16 on here. Oh, wow. They're just everybody's saying hello. Oh, Braylon. Shout out to Braylon. Best girlfriend out there for you, Jake. All right. Time's up.
Yeah.
Give us at least number 3.
3 was Jamal Lewis for Baltimore.
Okay. I've never gotten that.
And then 1.
That was
Give
that
us a hint. Give us
I'll
a
give you
hint.
the team.
1984 was number 1.
Rams.
Marshall Faulk. I already said that, though, but it's not him.
I don't have a clue.
Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson.
Cody got it. Cody looked that up.
Yes.
There's no
Good,
way.
yeah.
There's
Good.
no way.
Shout out to Cody for using the internet. But yeah, that was First and 10. Not the best performance. We can't perform under pressure with 8 viewers on Utah, not YouTube. That's what I meant to say here. But all right. So Jake is going to pull up the college football slate for this week.
Yep.
And we are going to discuss just who we think's going to win and why, and numbers against the spread and all that good jazz that we typically get into. So, Jake, what's the first game you want to talk about, brother?
Yeah, so it's Friday night. We got some Friday Night Lights action. Michigan State is traveling to Eugene, Oregon, and Oregon is a 23.5-point favorite. Any thoughts? I believe, Michigan State coming off a loss last week against Ohio State, 38-7. UCLA starting to get rolling. Oregon's starting to get rolling a little bit.
Yeah, Oregon is starting to get rolling a little bit. 2 weeks ago, they finally got the ball rolling against Oregon State, in-state rival. Got it done pretty handily, covered their first spread all year after coming off a field goal win against Boise State the week prior. Then last week, it was the score didn't indicate how bad they really beat UCLA. UCLA not a good team, so they did a good job of getting the job done there. Tonight, they are playing a familiar foe, and Jonathan Smith and Michigan State. Jonathan Smith, former Oregon State head coach. He's 2-1 against Dan Lanning, if I'm not mistaken, or at least kept it close in the 3 times that they have played. I know he's beat him at least once. Aiden Childs, running quarterback. He just throws the ball to the other team too many times. Too many interceptions this year. He is elusive with his legs, though. That is one thing. Plus 350 for an anytime touchdown score. Shout out to the roommates in here earlier for that one. But I do like Trayshawn Holden getting in the end zone for Oregon tonight. I think this is a get in and get out type of game for Oregon. They're going to get on them early.
Especially with next week's game.
They got Ohio State coming to Eugene next week. This is one of those we gas pedal in the first half, ease up in the second half, get the starters out, stay healthy. So I do like Oregon to win, obviously, but I think Michigan State will keep it within the number with a backdoor cover.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just going to be a get in and get out game. Like you said, they got Ohio State next week, and they don't have that bye week like Georgia and Alabama did between their games before their big game. So I like it. We already talked about this. We're on this Oregon first half spread, -14. Get in and get out. Dylan Gabriel might not play it. Well, he'll play the whole game, but I'll take Oregon to cover in the first half. I don't know about the 23.5. That's a lot of points.
Jake,
they're at least respectable.
Jake is on Oregon first half. I have not bet that yet, but I am on Michigan State plus 24.5. No free ads, FanDuel Sportsbook. So next game.
What we got? Let's move to tomorrow. Let's go to the only ranked matchup of the week. You got number 9 Mizzou traveling to Kyle Field at Texas A&M. Texas A&M opened up as 2-point favorites. It only has moved up to 2.5. And then both teams in the top 25. Texas A&M kind of getting the ball rolling with Marcel Reed. Way better than Connor Wegman.
Yeah, Marcel Reed is a lot better than Connor Wegman.
If Connor Wegman was still on the team, what would the spread be on this game?
Mizzou minus 7.
7. Yeah,
7.
He's that bad.
7.
He's that bad.
I don't know, man. This game is just such a coin flip. A&M they've been consistent the past few weeks after that, trip up against Notre Dame. I know his first week of the year, a lot of question marks. They do have Le'Veon Moss, who's really came into his own as the premier back for that team, and Marcel Reed gives Colin Klein a lot more opportunities as a play caller with the running ability of himself. Man, I'm going to be honest though, Jake. I don't really know what side to pick in this game. I know you're all over A&M. A&M's favored for a reason, but I don't know if they're favored because they're at home. Is that the sole reason why A&M's favored? Because I will say Mizzou has struggled. They have struggled the past few weeks. A lot of question marks around Mizzou, but Mizzou's a team that can break out at any moment. That's the thing. Now, I will say Mizzou hasn't had to travel to a tough place like this. They've had an easy 4-game home stretch. Nothing too challenging for them. Should be interesting to see. I guess I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to roll with A&M. I had them in the playoff before the year started. I'm going to stick with it. I said this was a game they were going to win. So I'm going to stick with my original feelings. I'm going to take A&M. I'm not confident in it. I do not know if I'm going to have a wager on this game.
Yeah, I'm on A&M. I think for Mizzou going into this environment, first SEC game, first SEC road game, Luther Bird. You got to get him going. You haven't been able to establish a run game like you did last year with
Cody
Schrader. So getting him going, and I don't think he's not even their leading receiver. It's this Weiss Jr. guy. Luther Burden is one of the best players in the country right now. Got to get him going, especially going in this environment. I'm still not set on Brady Cook, even through, 5 weeks? This is game 5 for them. This is a huge game for him to prove himself as a quarterback without Cody Schrader. Throw the ball around the yard, on the road, in that kind of environment. But I think I trust Mike Elko a little bit more in this game, defensive mind. He knows what they're going to try to do. He knows that the only way they win is if they can throw the ball. I don't think they can go into Kyle Field and run all over Texas A&M's defense. So I trust Mike Elko more. Marcel Reed just continues to play good. If he can just – and it's the same thing that Connor Wegman had to do, just game manage, man. Le'Veon Moss, he's good. I know at the beginning of the year they lost Reuben Owens, but Le'Veon Moss has just stepped into that running back one role and just taken it to the top. I mean, he's been great. So I think it'll be low scoring. I lean the under, but A&M money line, baby. Keep riding it out. I love it. I got them as a playoff team.
I think
There's still a path.
there is still a path for
Hey,
A&M.
if they get past this, the next game they have to get up for, like truly, is week 12 against Texas at home. They get Texas at home. So just think about that.
True. I think it just comes down to A&M. They have a run-stopping defensive front, and Missouri already cannot run the ball. So I think it's just going to come down to how much pressure can the defensive front put on Brady Cook. If they can get pressure, I think A&M wins. I don't think it's anything more than that because I'm not sold on the Missouri defense.
Yeah.
So
And this A&M team, they're not a team, regardless of who they're playing, that are just going to beat the brakes off of you. You know, like they're going to get up about 20 points. That's all they're going to do and just play defense and win. I mean, you know what I mean? They're not going to score 60 points. So,
yeah,
but I think it's low scoring. What's the number here for, let's say, what's your number for Mizzou? What do you think?
23.
Ooh, I think it's more like 30.
I don't know if A&M can
Vandy moves the
score.
ball easily. Boston College moves the
Yeah,
ball
but
easily.
that's not A&M's. A&M is a run the ball, drain the clock type of team.
That's true.
I think it's 24 for either team. Or sorry, I'll say this: 27 for either team. First team 27 wins this game.
I like that. First team 27.
There we go. All right. What's
I'm 100% on A&M money line. I think they're just better coached. Drinkwitz, he's a nerd. Is that how you say his name?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a nerd. He's not a great SEC football coach, in my opinion. He's just been carried by Luther Burden, Brady Cook, Cody Schrader carried him last year. Not a good coach. Mizzou sucks. They're frauds. Can't be Boston College or now Kyle Field at Texas A&M against a defensive-minded head coach, Mike Elko. Yeah, give me A&M. Give me A&M by 10 points.
You're selling me on them
Give
right
me
now.
A&M by 10 points. I'm
You're selling
sick of
me on
Mizzou.
them.
They're frauds, man.
All right. Yeah. All right. What's up next?
Yeah, let's go to the next game. Let's see here. This is a good one. You got SMU. Started off the season kind of cold, struggled with Nevada week 1, and then their only loss is, they got beat by BYU at home. Traveling to Louisville. Louisville is coming off of a 7-point loss against Notre Dame. Almost had the backdoor cover there. That was 6.5.
I had Notre Dame minus 6.5.
That was perfect. I did too. That was perfect. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this one? Anything?
I think SMU. Everybody's pretty high on them right now after they've started 4-1. It seems like they'll pull up their schedule real fast. If I'm not mistaken, I think the only team with a pulse that they've played this year is BYU, and they lost. Well, they played TCU.
Florida State doesn't have pulse?
Far from it, brother. Far from a pulse. And they did exactly what you're supposed to do to a bad team. They beat the shit out of them. So I don't think SMU's defense is as good. Even DJ threw 2 picks, but that's Florida State. That's not a good baseline for them. I do like Louisville in a bounce back spot at home. They will win this game by a touchdown. I still think there's a path for Louisville and the ACC.
Yeah.
I said it on what day was it? Tuesday. Video came out today, but on Tuesday I said Louisville's going to be right there at the end of it with Miami and Clemson in the mix. So I think this is a must-win game for them. It's a great bounce back spot at home. Give me the Cardinals by a touchdown or more.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's a good bounce back spot for them. And Notre Dame, they've been playing really good since the drop to Northern Illinois. Been rolling through everybody. I think Louisville, and I think they're the 3rd best team in the ACC. And if they can somehow slip in with a tiebreaker into the ACC championship, I think they're right. It goes Miami and Clemson, and then Louisville. SMU's more of a middle of the pack team, so I'll take the Cards in this one.
100%, I agree. Next up,
Let's go to South Carolina, Columbia.
Ooh.
Number 12, Ole Miss, coming off the upset last week at home against Mark Stoops' Cats. Traveling to South Carolina. Game day's not there for this one, is it? No, it is Cal.
Miami.
Ole Miss opened up as 10-point favorites, and it's now down to 8.5. It was 9.5 for the majority of the week. Now it's down to 8.5. Could see some money come in on Ole Miss tomorrow. But what do you think?
Man, I don't. This is like another coin flip game, and it's a 9.5-point spread. I don't really know which way to go with this game right now. I just can't. Lane Kiffin can't lose this game. That's what it came down to for me. Like, Lane Kiffin cannot lose this game. Like, the offensive line is injured, and South Carolina's defensive front is very good. But I think South Carolina's secondary is very fraudulent. I think there are definitely windows where Trey Harris can get open. But the thing is Jackson Dart cannot be Trey Harris reliant. Juice Wells needs to get healthy, so he has somebody else to throw the ball to. It's like they have no run game. They can't get no push up front. If you can't run against Kentucky, I don't know if they're going to be able to run it very well against South Carolina. We said it earlier this week, though. This is a week-by-week conference. You don't know what team's going to show up on what Saturday. I just think it comes down to Ole Miss has got more talent on the field. I think they got their wake-up call. Now, this is their first road game. I am going to take Ole Miss to win, but I'm going to take South Carolina to cover. And I think it just comes down to underrated place to play in Columbia. I think they got physical. They're very physical on both lines of scrimmage, especially on defense. But I think Ole Miss just got too much talent with their back against the wall. They got to win. I think they just know that they have to win. So I am going to take the Rebels to win and South Carolina to cover.
Yeah. I think on paper, at least Ole Miss should win this game by 2 to 3 touchdowns, regardless if it's in Columbia or in Oxford. They're just across the board. They have way more talent. But coming off of last week's performance, Ole Miss, I just don't know how the mentality is going to be. I don't know if Kiffin has that mentality, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, that coaching style to get his guys up for this game like a Kirby Smart or a Nick Saban would. You know what I mean? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? In South Carolina, they're coming off a bye. So I think a lot of this depends on if Rocket Sanders and Lenore Sellers, are they fully healthy? Can they play the entire game? Because we don't want Robbie Ashford in the game. We don't want that. We do not want that. In South Carolina, I mean, we've seen it all year. They're just scrappy. They're going to be in every game they play. I think they keep it close. If Lenore Sellers and Rocket Sanders start in this football game, I'll be on South Carolina. And I would not be shocked if South Carolina pulls it off. I'm not sold on Ole Miss. They haven't had to play a team with a pulse yet. And then they had Kentucky.
Whoa. That's a little.
Georgia Southern. My bad. Georgia Southern. Last week, had a team come to town. You're the number 5-6 team in the country. And you just get bullied the whole game. You really did. And like you said, if Juice Wells isn't playing, Jackson Dart's got to find that number 2, because obviously it's Trey Harris, right? He's the number 1. So we'll see. I lean South Carolina, but if South Carolina doesn't have their offensive guys, I lean Ole Miss. Ole Miss should cover. They should win by 2 to 3 touchdowns on paper every day of the week. But yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. So we'll see.
100%. But yeah, I kind of agree with you though. I don't know how much of a difference Robbie Ashford versus Lenore Sellers truly is. They both run. They both are going to lean on Rocket Sanders. Like, Lenore Sellers hasn't proven to me anything with his arm.
Yeah.
He has not proven anything to me with his arm, so we'll see. Yeah. But I'm going to take Ole Miss to win. What's next up? What you got over there?
Let's go to Florida State. Clemson, number 15. They've been rolling the past few weeks. 3-1. Travel to Florida State. Florida State is now 1-4. Didn't see that coming.
No.
I mean, this fall off needs to be like studied. There needs to be a documentary about it.
The biggest fall off. The study. Hang on. The study from the fall off between Jordan Travis to DJU is the biggest fall off since Trevor Lawrence to DJU.
Yeah, that's a good point. I saw something today too that DJU, because of injury, could come back for a 5th year, 6th year.
Yeah, he could come back for a 5th year or 6th year of college football. Not Florida State.
Yeah,
Brock Glenn's. Oh yeah, Brock Glenn's starting today or Saturday.
Is he?
Brock Glenn is starting at quarterback.
But DJU's hurt though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You can't bench DJU. Like, there's no telling how much he's getting paid. Like, Brock Glenn's terrible. He's really bad. Like, he's really bad. What are your thoughts on this one? 14.5. Clemson's been rolling, coming off a big win against Stanford. This is Clemson's first road game of the year.
It is their first road game of the year.
Yeah.
And history
Well, they had UGA. That was technically a road game. But
history tells us that Cade Klubnik cannot play on the road.
Yeah.
History tells us that he is a much better quarterback at home than even a neutral site field, for that matter. I don't really know how much I believe in him. We do like Phil Maffa this week. We'll get more into that in a little bit. Why is this line not bigger than 14? 1-4. I don't give a shit if Florida State's at home or not. They're 1-4. They've looked like dog ass.
Yeah.
And Clemson, the past 3 or 4 weeks, has looked great. Now, granted, their level of competition hasn't been very good. They've played App State, NC State, and Stanford. So
all at home. Too.
all at home. But Florida State, I mean, I would take Stanford, I would take App State, and I would take, well, I don't know if I take NC State, but I would think Stanford would keep it close with Florida State. App State, I think, would keep it within a touchdown Florida State. So I don't know. This line should be bigger.
It should be bigger. And I think, does Mike Norvell have anything to do with that? You think?
I don't know.
I think he does.
You think he does?
He's the best coach out of anybody they played aside from Kirby, obviously. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. Especially,
I mean, do the fans get off the bus for this
I
one?
think this might be the last one they get up for, the fans.
Yeah.
If you get blew out this week, they're done. Nobody's going to show up. But it's Clemson. You hate Clemson. Florida State can't stand Clemson. Ran the ACC the past 10 years. And now Clemson's trying to get back on them after last year winning the ACC. I think they'll be up for this one. I'll take Florida State to cover. I can't believe I'm saying it out loud, but I will take Florida State to cover in this one. I like it. It should be more. I feel like it should be, 23.5?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it should be at least 23 and a half.
Florida State has been.
I think they're just going to have to keep it on the ground and pray for the best. But when I look at it that way, it's like Peter Woods is going to eat them alive. And so is Barrett Carter. Something's fishy about this game. I don't know what it is. This line's up to 16 right now at FanDuel. No free ads.
There might be some more coming tomorrow morning.
And it might get up to 17. I'm going to take Florida State to cover, and I want to puke. I mean, I feel no confidence in that whatsoever, but I am going to take Florida State to cover in this game, and I don't know why. It's just weird.
I don't know what the number is. Let me look at the number. It's over under is 46.5. Give me the under. Cade Klubnik has shown he doesn't perform on the road.
Look,
does Florida State have a pulse for an offense?
Well, you see, this game could be a butt whoop. It could be like 24-0 heading to the third quarter. You give up 10 garbage time points, and that's a cover for Florida State, 24-10.
Yeah. So
I am going to take Florida State to cover, and I don't think it's going to be pretty either. I think it's going to be an ugly cover.
Yeah, it'll be dirty.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next one. We got, let's see where we want to go. Let's go to Washington. Number 10, Michigan.
Jake, don't overthink it.
What? Number 10, Michigan, traveling to Washington, the Huskies. Washington is 3-2, coming off of a loss at Rutgers, 21-18. The spread here, Washington is favored by 1.5 against the number 10 team in the country at home. Washington has 2 losses. What do you take of that?
Jake, I'm going to give you some stats real fast. So there are 2 quarterbacks in the country right now who have thrown for at least 10 touchdowns and no interceptions. Can you name one of them for me?
I'm going to guess Will Rogers.
Will Rogers is correct.
I'm sure I ain't saying Alex Rogers.
Yeah, Will Rogers is correct.
Davis Warren.
No, not Davis Warren. Will Rogers is correct. He has thrown for at least 10 touchdowns. He's already over 1,000 yards passing. He's looked really good. A lot of people are writing this guy off. Mike Leach died, so he didn't know where to go. He transferred to Washington to go play for Kalen DeBoer, which if that guy was playing for Kalen DeBoer, that would have been dirty. Well, since he had already transferred, Nick Saban retires. He gets collateral damage. He can't go play anywhere else. He has to stay at Washington.
Yeah.
And he's looked good under Jeb Fish. Washington is 21st in offensive efficiency this year. Total yards gained, but 91st in points scored. Once they get in the red zone, they cannot score. And they've missed field goals. They have one of the worst kickers in FBS statistically. It hasn't been pretty. So if Michigan wants to win this game, it's pretty simple. Keep Washington out of the end zone. because they can't do anything else. That if you let them succeed in the red zone, you will lose. Inside the 20s, keep them within the 20s, you're good. And you're probably going to get a missed kick or two in there somewhere. But I don't know. Something's fishy. Seattle is I've always been told is one of the most underrated places to play in the nation. Like, it's one of the loudest stadiums with the elevation, and that Washington can get really loud. Michigan, have they had a true road test this year?
I do not think so. Not a true road test. No, this is their first road game.
This is their first road game.
5 straight home games.
And it's Jerome Moore's first road game as a head coach.
Yep.
Well, Penn State last year, but whatever. Man, Washington's favored in this game for a reason. I mean, they already have 2 losses. They probably should have beat Rutgers last week, but praise God they didn't. I needed that for the win totals, and I can't believe I'm saying this, man, but like, they're favored for a reason. I'm taking the Huskies to win this game. It's simple. It's a simple way to stop Michigan. If Washington can score 2 touchdowns, I think they win this game.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
No, I like that. And you talked about Will Rogers and the offensive efficiency and everything. Michigan's got a good secondary. That secondary, Will Johnson, he's pretty good.
They have Will Johnson.
They have Will Johnson, but he's legit.
No, he is. He's the best DB in the country. That is a sole DB besides Travis Hunter.
How many playmakers does Washington have?
Yeah, I can't name anybody on their team besides Will Rogers.
I can't either.
But
I think
but besides Will Johnson, Michigan's kind of fragile.
yeah, they are.
The one time that Miller Moss threw it to Will Rogers was a pick. If he threw it anywhere else, there was a good chance it was getting caught.
Yeah.
I am going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think the 2 teams that Michigan's kind of got picked apart by has been USC, Miller Moss, Zachariah Branch. They have playmakers all over the field. And obviously Texas, the number 1 team in the country. Washington, I don't think they're that caliber. The game plan for Michigan every week, regardless of who they're playing, is just to run the ball. I just looked, Rutgers running back last week rushed for 132 yards on 25 carries. Feed Donovan Edwards and help me with the other guy's name.
It's Khalil Mullins. He's actually the best running back on their team.
RB1 now, which makes no sense. Donovan Edwards is literally on the cover of College Football 25. But Michigan, run the football. Don't let if they have to throw the ball more than 10 times, they lose the football game. I'm on Michigan. More physical, better defense. Give me Michigan to win this one on the road.
Don't hate it. Coin flip game.
Yeah.
Coin flip game. Oh, yep. You got any more left on there?
Let's do one more. Let's see here. We'll go here. Tennessee at Arkansas. Spread opened up at 13.5. It's still 13.5. I think this is one of the few this week that I have not seen move at all, either way. Maybe we see some money to come in tomorrow on Tennessee. I imagine so. I don't think we'd see any money coming on Arkansas. Tennessee coming off a bye. Arkansas home loss last week against Texas A&M. Arkansas has been a competitive team. They've been in every game they've lost. I mean, they lost at Oklahoma State in double overtime, beat Auburn on the road, and then lost by 4 to A&M. So competitive team. Tennessee coming off a bye. Tennessee's getting ready they got Georgia and Bama in the next few weeks. Nico, little dark horse Heisman, if you're feeling it. I'm not sold on it yet. Not quite yet on Tennessee. They're legit. They're a top 10 football team, but 13.5, it feels like it should be more. 13.5, it feels like it should be a little bit more, maybe.
It does feel like it should be more, but at the same time, if I've noticed anything, like you look at these spreads this week, it's like Georgia's a lot better than Auburn. They're only 24-point favorites. Alabama's a lot better than Vanderbilt, but they're only 24-point favorites. Like Georgia 2 weeks ago, a lot better than Kentucky. Only 24-point favorites. Now, granted, that was a 1-point game, but like on paper, when you're looking at it and what the 2 teams have done up to that point, only 24 points. There's something going on here. And it's like, if Arkansas is in this game in the fourth quarter, dude.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yes, it's all bets are off.
Yeah, if Sam Pittman finds a way to be within one score, 10 points in the fourth quarter with the ball, all bets are off. Anything can happen, especially at Arkansas. That they took Oklahoma State to double overtime. I mean, Tennessee, their only win is OU, right? They only scored 25 points. It's 25-15. The defense seemed good, but Jackson Arnold got benched the next week. So keep that in mind. NC State, that didn't age well. I like Arkansas to cover here. And it could happen. That's all I'm saying. It could happen. If it was in Neyland, Tennessee bowls by 30. But let's see, who does Tennessee play next week?
I think they're on a bye.
They got Florida next week.
Ooh.
Florida and then Alabama. Yeah, I'll take Arkansas to cover, especially if a lot of money comes in on Tennessee tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I like that logic too. Man, it's just one of those things where it's like, if you let a team like Arkansas keep it close, you could get a few unlucky bounces, and next thing you know, you're looking at that scoreboard and you're like, oh my gosh, we're only winning 28-27. There's 2 minutes left, and they got the ball.
Yeah.
You just never know with Sam Pittman. And you could argue that Arkansas should be 4-1 right now.
Yeah.
They should have beat Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
And they were a few wrong bounces away from being undefeated against Texas A&M. So you never know in this game, or with in the game of football, I should say, rather, but especially with Arkansas, they could be 5-0, but on paper, Tennessee should get the job done.
And you know damn well those hillbillies are going to be up for that game too. That's Tennessee's coming to town. What about a little first quarter action on Arkansas?
I'm just gonna go out on a limb right now, and I'm gonna say no. I'm not picking Arkansas to win the game. I'm gonna say this. I think Arkansas is going to keep this game close within 10 points for 3.5 quarters, and then Tennessee scores one late to cover the 14.5 and win by 17 points.
Yeah, I think Arkansas they can keep it close for 3 at most quarters, in my opinion. But
they don't got the dudes.
They don't have the dudes. Look at Riker there. Give me Arkansas money line. That's Braylon's brother. Little Brownfield, yeah.
Shout out Riker.
Shout out Riker.
Give me.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
Hey.
It's Sam Pittman.
Yeah.
In Tennessee, I'm not sold on him yet. I mean, the biggest wins Oklahoma, like we just said. I don't. Weird game, weird spread. Give me Arkansas in the first half. Maybe we'll Arkansas money line in the first half.
Okay, Riker. But I think that's all we had. Do we want to run through the NFL slate real fast? Just pick a winner.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll go through it. You tell me where I'll go with mine. All right, let's see here. Starting off, how about them Dirty Birds?
How about them?
As Jock Peterson said, we might just be those money.
Okay, no, okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. They're only one game over 500. Okay.
Hey, 2 losses against the Pittsburgh Steelers team. They're 3-1.
They're
One of the best
overrated.
defenses in football. We took the back-to-back Super Bowl champs,
Oh, we got 2 more.
the future GOAT quarterback, down to the wire. Yeah, Pat's gonna be the GOAT by when it's said and done.
I thought you were talking about
Beat the Saints, go to Philly in prime time, and win the way they did, and then a win like that. People were counting us out with about 3 minutes last night. It's Kurt.
Not me.
It's Kurt
Not
Tober.
me. Ask the bet slips.
It's Kurt Tober. Falcons are hot. Drake London might be a top 3 wide receiver in the National Football League. Could be a hot take.
All right, let's just get on with the Week 5 picks, please. I'm tired
All right,
of
let's
the
see.
glazing.
Starting in London, Saturday morning. I will not be up for this game. 9:30 a.m. You have the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's 4-0, one of the few undefeated teams left. Minnesota's favored by 2.5 in this one.
I'll take the Jets.
Yeah, I'm on the Jets. Baltimore Ravens 2-2 at Cincinnati Bengals 1-3.
I'll take the Bengals in this one.
Yeah, I'm on the Bengals as well. Colts Jags. Jacksonville opens up as a 3-point favorite.
The Jaguars shouldn't be favored over anybody. Give me the Jags.
I'm on the Jags too. I hate how we're on the same thing here. Dolphins at the Patriots. Miami -1.
New England.
I'll be on the Dolphins here to get the win on the road.
Good for you. I'm not betting on that team after what I saw on Monday, bro.
Cleveland Browns travel to Washington. Washington is 3-1, one of the more surprising teams in the National Football League. 3.5-point favorites in Washington.
Laugh at me now. The Browns win this game.
Yeah, 3.5. I'll take the Browns to cover in that one. Maybe not call myself.
Oh, no, the Browns are winning.
Let's see. This is a good one. Buffalo Bills travel to Houston Texans. Both teams 3-1. Spread Texans are favored by 1 right now.
I don't know. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Bills.
I'll take the Texans.
Yeah, I'll take the Bills in that one. Carolina Panthers travel to Chicago. For Chicago, the Bears favored by 4 points. If Andy Dalton is playing, all bets are off. Give me Carolina out right here. in Chicago.
Didn't the Bears win last week at home against the Rams? Were they at home in that game against the Rams,
I don't know.
or were they on the road?
Let's see. Yes, they were home. They got the win 24-18. I think this could be a shootout.
Dude, no, the Bears, but the
got-
Bears can't score.
I know, but the Panthers also don't have defense. They don't.
But
It's just not there.
the Bears do have a defense, a very good defense. I don't know if I'm gonna take the Bears next game.
I'll be on Panthers. Raiders and Broncos. Both teams 2-2. Little AFC West matchup here. Denver's favored by 3 at home.
Raiders, because I don't believe in Bo Nix.
Yeah, I'll be. This one's tough.
Divisional
Yeah,
games.
I'll be on the Raiders.
Divisional games are weird.
I'll take the Raiders. Give me. Give me the Raiders. Cardinals, Arizona travel to San Francisco. 7.5-point dogs in San Francisco. I will take Arizona to cover here.
Yeah, 7.5 points in the divisional
It's a
game.
little weird though.
That's a little high. I'm gonna take the Cardinals to cover in this game.
Yeah, fully healthy 49ers, it makes sense, but they're just not right now. They're not fully healthy. They obviously still don't have Christian McCaffrey. And they still have another. Debo's been fighting injury, which I know he's back. Kittle's been fighting injury. I'll take the Cardinals.
And Marvin Harrison Jr. scoring
49ers to win. 49ers definitely win this.
Marvin Harrison Jr. scoring a touchdown on Sunday.
Again.
100%.
He had like 16 touchdowns in like 2 weeks. I feel like every time I get on my phone on Sunday, Marvin Harrison touchdown. Well, no shit. Again. Next one. Green Bay travels to the Rams. Rams coming off of that loss against the Bears like we just talked about. Green Bay is favored by 3 in this one on the road. Rams home dogs.
The Rams are one of those teams that are always going to be in it. They're very up and down right now. They had a huge win against the 49ers, lose to the Bears. Coming back home, man, this is a coin flip game. I know. I saw that. Shout out to it's definitely Riker. Or no, it's Riley.
It's Riley.
It's Riley. But
Riley, send your locks for the week.
oh, we got 2 now. Anyways, Rams and the Packers, who do you got?
I'll take the Packers. If Jordan Love's playing, I'll take the Packers.
I'll take the Rams.
Stafford ain't got to play.
I know. And they beat
2-2 out.
and they beat the 49ers down by 14 in the fourth quarter.
That's true. This is true. We got the New York Giants 1-3 traveling to Seattle. Seattle is favored by 7 in this one.
Seattle's going to mess them up.
Yeah, I agree. Malik Neighbors still questionable, I believe. He's out. And I think, is it Wardell Robinson? Wandale?
It's Wandale. He played in
I
Kentucky.
think he's questionable too. So that might not be good. We might see a little bit of Tommy DeVito. Who knows? It could be.
I'd rather play DeVito than Daniel Jones. At least he's entertaining to watch.
Yeah. I'll take Seattle to win this one. Sunday Night Football. The America's team. The Dallas Cowboys 2-2. A little bit of a slow start. We don't have a run game right now. Notice how I say we. I'm a Cowboys fan. Travel to Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin Steelers 3-1. Justin Fields coming into the season. I thought he was going to be on a short leash. You know, if they started out kind of mid, 2-2, 1-3, 3-1. Fields playing good. He doesn't have to do much. Just run the ball. Their defense keeps him in it. 3-1. Pitt opens up as 2.5-point favorites. Open up as 2-point favorites. Up to 2.5 now. What are your thoughts on this one?
Cowboys money line.
Yeah, give me a Prescott masterclass. I love it. Give me a Prescott masterclass. CeeDee Lamb, 100 yards. Jake Ferguson, anytime touchdown. The Cowboys get it done on Sunday Night Football. Justin Fields. If they can force Fields to throw and not let him out of the pocket, just force him to sit in the pocket and throw, they're in a good spot. Now, Micah Parsons is out. Marcus Taylor is out. I think the whole defense is out. They might have Jackson County's defense playing for them on Sunday night. But
it's DeMarcus Lawrence, by the way.
did I not say that?
You said DeMarcus Taylor.
Did I say DeMarcus Taylor? DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm not good with names. You know what I meant. All right. Yeah, give me the Cowboys.
Look at the comment. Goat Dan's about to get him back.
Moving to Monday Night Football. The New Orleans Saints 2-2 Coming off that Young Hoo Koo.
It's Younghoe Koo, and he's you know where he went to school. Hey Jake,
I'm just not gonna start saying names. Like I don't know how to pronounce these names. Put the pronunciation below their names. I might say it wrong.
hey Jake,
Yeah, I know.
where did Younghoe Koo go to college?
Georgia Southern. We know Georgia Southern.
Yeah, but when did you find that out today?
Today at Fully Loaded while I was eating a very good slice of pizza and drinking a very cold Miller on draft.
Hail Southern, Gata.
Saints 2-2 travel to Arrowhead, face the 4-0 Chiefs. Kansas City's favored by 5.5 in this one. I already think I know what I'm gonna take. I will take New Orleans to cover in this, but Kansas City's gonna win. They stay at 5-0.
Kansas City wins and Kansas City covers.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, that's all we got for the NFL.
All right, best bets time, and I think the roommates want to get in on this. So,
Yes. So we got.
I saw the comments earlier. Trying not to laugh at them.
Oh, there we go. We got a lock of the week. Riley Ball says lock of the week.
Cincinnati plus 2.5. So Jake and I will give our best bets, and then we will give it to the roommates.
Yep.
So my first best bet of the week, I got the Marshall Thundering Herd. Yeah, nobody's probably heard of them. They are taking App State this week at home. I'm not sold on App State. App State having to deal with a lot of catastrophe with Hurricane Helene. Having to travel to West Virginia. Marshall actually didn't look like complete ass against Ohio State. So give me the Thundering Herd at home. I think it's definitely just comes down to home field advantage. Give me the Thundering Herd with a win against App State this week before they travel down to Statesboro and get some of that on the whiteout. Jake, who's your first best bet of the week and why?
My first best bet of the week is Louisville, the Cards, to win by a touchdown. They got SMU at home, coming off that tough loss against Notre Dame. Could have won that game. SMU's kind of been on a roll lately, but I think Louisville's better defensively, better off, just more physical football team, and I think they can cover here with these.
I love that pick. I'm going to be on it as well. My next pick, you know me, I always give out one teaser every week. This one, I'm taking Louisville on the money line. Well, it's teased down 6.5 points, so I'm right there with you. I think they get the win over their opponent. I forget who they're playing. Who are they playing?
Who?
Louisville.
SMU.
SMU, that's right. Yeah, they're beating SMU this week, 100%. I think they cover too, but I got them on the money line. And then Ohio State. I got Ohio State with the win over I think they're going to cover 11.5 against Iowa. I don't think Iowa's going to be able to they're just not going to be able to stop them enough. I don't think they're going to be able to stop them enough. Like a 14-0 win here for Ohio State is a cover in this scenario. So give me the Buckeyes minus 11.5.
Yep. I like it. Good little tease action there. I'm going to go with Baylor plus 11.5. Baylor has been in every game they've played in this year. And Iowa State, they're off to what? 4-0 start, number 16 team in the country. Everything's kind of been perfect for them. They beat Houston, Arizona State, North Dakota, and at Iowa. Iowa was their win. It's just Iowa. They don't have an offense. I'm not sold on Iowa State being a top 20 team yet. Give me Baylor plus 11.5 and a little upset watch there for Baylor.
We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that in a
Money line sprinkles. And my last best bet, we already talked about this game. I'm taking Washington. I think they find a way to get it done. Michigan, as soon as something hits the fan and they get away from their blueprint, did something happen, boys? Okay, anyways, it's fine. As soon as Michigan gets off of their blueprint and something falls off their little scheme, dude, they piss down their leg. And I think if Washington could just get them off their scheme and make them throw the ball one too many times, or if Washington can control the clock, Michigan cannot play catch up. So I'm going to take the Huskies. They're favorite at home for a reason. That's my last best bet of the week.
Yeah, I like it. Give me I actually don't like it at all. Michigan money line. Sunbelt supremacy. Coastal Carolina minus 5.5. Coming off the bye week. Got Old Dominion at home. Old Dominion's 1-3. Little conference play here for Coastal Carolina. Tough loss at home 2 weeks ago, 43-24 to Virginia. That was rough. And I think that was my best bet 2 weeks ago. I had Coastal Carolina in that one.
It was on the money line.
Yeah, it was on the money line. Give me Carolina to cover the spread here, coming for the Sun Belt East crown. So
Yeah,
I'll take Coastal.
shit.
I'll take Coastal.
Yeah, the East is wide open. Actually, you know who's first on the East right now? Georgia Southern Eagles. But
Where do you go to school? I don't think anybody knows.
hey, bro, where do you go to school? I don't think anybody knows. Anyways, don't start this shit with me right now. I'm gonna get pissed. Anyways, I'm actually already on Coastal Carolina as well. Sunbelt supremacy. I'm glad we both had a Sunbelt team in there tonight. So one by one, roommates. Let's go.
First up, Brighton Binky, naughty ball mower.
Oh, we're not. I don't think they're getting on camera. So
They're not getting. Y'all can get
yeah,
on
come
camera
on,
if
come
you
on,
want.
come on.
We got 2 people in the chat. Don't be worried.
two people.
Brighton's lock of the week.
All right, I'm taking Clemson's running back Phil Maffa over on rushing yards.
What's the number?
I think 70.5.
71.5.
7.5. I like it. There you go. Brighton Binky goes with Phil Moffitt,
Yeah,
Clemson running back.
This guy looked at the.
We got
parlay,
Carter
yeah.
Stevenson, Jefferson graduate.
Give me Ole Miss to win and cover. Or I
Ole
guess they're
Miss.
going to win. 8.5, easy.
Ole Miss to win and cover.
And y'all might know this guy from the Dallas Minute. This is Goat Dan.
Oh, before you go, if you want to give little thoughts on the Cowboys, just going into Sunday night, we would love to hear, and I'm sure the audience of 3 would love to hear.
I think, obviously, I have to say the Cowboys are going to win, but
No. You
I
said
think
it
we're going to
earlier.
lose. I think the Steelers are going to win. We don't have Micah. We don't have DeMarcus Lawrence. Our defense is hurt. We have no receivers. We have no run game. But a Dak masterclass would be amazing. Also, Miami -10. They're going to whoop Cal's butt all the way back to California. Actually, it's at California. They're going to whoop it. They're going to go into the stadium, run them down, and smash that ball.
Miami minus 10. I like that.
I actually like that play.
I think that game's at like 10 o'clock.
It's like it's at 10:30. Like it's
It's a
late.
late game.
Even better.
So the thing is, like, I think Miami's either gonna like destroy Cal or like Cal's gonna be right in it till the end. I have
Yeah.
no idea. But
They got a
the
long trip coming off that game last week against Virginia Tech.
I know.
Barely
We didn't really
snuck
talk
away with
about it
one.
that much. You want to
Yeah.
talk about it? That's about all I had on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
I kind of kept up with it in Tuscaloosa, but saw the ending. Was it a catch?
I think it was a catch.
I thought it was a catch.
All right. The 3-leg parlay, as usual. The graphic is always looking stupid, but Phil Maffa over 70.5 rushing yards. Brayton already gave that one out. Jake's already on the Texas A&M money line. Dude, I'm sorry, man. Texas A&M money line, and I'm on Khalil Mullins to score a touchdown against Washington. I mean, if anybody on Michigan's going to score a touchdown, it's going to be this guy. So this is going to be a week of chaos. I think there's going to be a few upsets
My
this week.
girlfriend and Brighton are just having a full conversation. Like, can y'all like get a room somewhere? Like, instead of having a conversation.
There's
in
no
the chat.
way. There's no way that Braylon just said slay in the chat.
She did. She's a queen. She could say it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she can do whatever she wants. I don't care. She's actually our number one fan.
She's a great girlfriend for him. She is. Yeah, great girlfriend for him was the best line.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now she's shy. Now she got out.
Yeah, she's gone. See ya.
She's gone.
Anyways, I think there's going to be a few upsets this week. You know, this is the kind of week where there's not a lot of marquee games. There's only one ranked matchup. And I think this is going to be the week where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this team lost and then this team lost. Or, oh my gosh, this game was so close. So me and Jake decided to do a little money line sprinkle segment. My 3, I took Texas Tech to beat Arizona. The Big 12, as we know, is the most inconsistent. Anything can happen conference. Arizona coming off a huge win last week at Utah. Coming back home, I think they slip up against Texas Tech. Rutgers is going on the road to Nebraska. Rutgers is 4-0 for the first time since 2012. And I'm not sold on Nebraska. I think they're definitely better, and I think they're going to make a bowl game for the first time in a while, but I am not sold on Nebraska as a team, and this is only a 7-point spread. And if I know anything about the University of Nebraska in one-possession games, they always end up folding. They lose. So my last one is Wake Forest, 4.5-point dogs traveling to NC State. Dude, NC State is so bad. I think Wake Forest wins this game outright. The only team that they couldn't move the ball on all year has been Ole Miss, and Ole Miss relative to subpar ACC competition, pretty hard task. So I think against a very below average and disappointing NC State team, Wake Forest gets the job done.
Yeah, I like all those, especially the Texas Tech play there. I think that's a good one with Arizona coming off that win at Utah. We already talked about Baylor. I think Iowa State's on upset watch this week. Minnesota, they got USC. Are they at home?
Minnesota's at home.
They're at home. Yeah, USC traveling across the country a little bit. Yeah, give me Minnesota. I think they run the ball all over. That Darius Taylor might get 30 carries here. Keep the ball out of Brosmer's hands. I don't think he's that great. I think we thought a little bit too much of him for Minnesota coming into the season. But he's still not that great. He was an FCS guy, right? Came from New Hampshire. Yeah, keep the ball out of his hands. They can run the ball, and they always have good defense. So give me Minnesota. USC on upset watch. And then I got Northwestern. This one might get a little heat, but Indiana, everything's been perfect. Senghetti's got them playing good. 5-0, 6-0, 5-0. Do they have that marquee win yet? It's not yet, right? Yeah, they don't have it yet. And I think the spread here is like 2 touchdowns. Give me Northwestern at home. Indiana's been rolling. A lot of hype starting to come in on them. Like, whoa! And you look on the ESPN app, and they're 5-0. Give me Northwestern.
I cannot get behind Northwestern.
That's
I can get
understand.
behind Minnesota. And like we talked about earlier, with Barry Alexander gone, the biggest guy USC's got on that defensive front's about 275, 280, and Minnesota averages 310 across the board on the offensive line. So, and we saw how effective Michigan was running the ball. This is not a good matchup. So, and USC, as we've seen, they don't like playing catch up. They can, but they don't like it. I think, if USC wants to win this game, they're going to have to get out to a fast start. They've played catch up their past 2 weeks. They don't enjoy it. I think if you get behind trying to play catch up with a team that controls the clock like Minnesota, it's not going to be a good spot. So I really like that value on the 255 on the Minnesota money line.
Yeah, for sure. What we got? Oh, is that all we got?
That's all we got.
That's all we got. Well, this was fun.
Dude.
This is awesome.
Live show. Live show number 1 done in the books.
Yep. Any final thoughts for you?
Nah. Every time you think there's going to be a boring week of college football, it always brings you some chaos.
Yeah,
so
we could have chaos.
we're going to have chaos. There's going to be upsets.
Yep.
It looks like a boring slate, and then you're going to turn around and be like, oh my gosh, that was one of the best weekends of college football yet. So don't be disappointed. And NFL, it's going to be an exciting week too. Really a lot of close spreads. You don't know which way and how some of these games are going to fold. So going to be interesting. Going to be a great week of football. I'm excited. We got the divisional series of baseball starting tomorrow, but my World Series runner-up and Jake's World Series champions are already out. So don't listen to anything that we said about the MLB today. But besides that, Jake, you anything else to add?
That's it. Go Dogs. Yeah, as always, go like, comment, subscribe. If you're on YouTube right now, this will come out on our YouTube after. So if you don't have anything to do tomorrow morning before the games start, don't want to watch College Game Day, turn on Podcast 129. Good hour here, me and Hunter. Good vibes in the Classic City. Go follow us on our socials. We got Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. And if you're in the car, you don't want to watch on YouTube, go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Listen to us there. So we appreciate it. That's Podcast 129, episode 14.